Well, at least we're getting Lesnar versus Lashley at the Royal Rumble, the one night of the year where the superstars of Raw and SmackDown go head-to-head. Wait, except if you ignore the fact that Survivor Series exists and the brand-to-brand invitational to establish brand-to-brand white supremacy, but we're getting Lashley versus Lesnar. Speaking of white supremacy, boy, this goddamn intro is really goddamn weird. Let's move on. I'm John Renton with my review of WWE Raw from Greenville, South Carolina. Remember when Greenville got really good shows during the Jim Crockett Promotions era, and Greenville, South Carolina actually has a rich history with wrestling? Well, this show, there really wasn't a lot of positives outside of Lesnar versus Lashley. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be the greatest match ever, but as far as a dream match, it's something I never thought we would actually get because they were trying to line it up, and then they just seemingly gave up, and then the pandemic happened, and Lesnar went away. He just went away and flittered away for a while, and we had Lashley dominating as the WWE champion in at least part of 2021, and he's looked like a beast, and my God, they're actually doing it, which means it'll probably go 2 minutes, and we'll end with one F5, and we'll be like, well, at least we will always have the hype of it actually existing. Unfortunately, maybe it won't deliver. I think it will deliver, though. I'm talking more about Lesnar versus Lashley and doing weird goddamn, segues and everything, because I don't have a lot for this show, because the rest of the show wasn't very good. The first Raw of the year, and yeah, well, Veer is no longer coming to Raw. Veer is no longer coming. He came too goddamn hard. He finished off at the end of the year, and he's no longer coming. Maybe he's coming to SmackDown. Maybe he's coming to SmackDown. Maybe he smacked it too goddamn hard, and now he's no longer coming. He veered off a different path. What am I on about? Who the hell knows? Let me know your thoughts on this show in the comments, please, by the way. Well, at least, and I think I figured out Vince McMahon's, mindset. He's like, okay, I'm giving him Lesnar versus Lashley, and I'm going to give him a shit sandwich for the rest of it. Ha ha ha, I'm a genius. So we get recaps of Bork beating everybody. F5ing cameramen, which explains, all the bad camera work on the show last night, and on this night, and all the camera cuts. I would like to say right now that Kevin Dunn was, put on the goddamn torture rack and stretched to the point in front of his friends, family, and loved ones, i.e. nobody. Nobody would miss Kevin Dunn if he was gone. When he's gone, no one will miss him when he's gone. So, the new theme, it is shit. Get either better rap in wrestling or get this trash out of wrestling. Get better rap. There is good rap out there. Just get into wrestling. Don't get this bullshit. Well, we get a card rundown. I did like how they were bullet pointing the card and hyping up the four-way and hyping up other matches and everything. That was good. That was good stuff. That was a little more of a throwback, at least, to a bygone era when it seemed like Vince gave a shit. And then the show happened. We get the lights out, and then, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman. It's Walt Disney's favorite manager, favorite advocate, the Orange-vicate. Did you see how goddamn orange Heyman was? My fucking goodness. He was arranged to be out there as a goddamn Oompa Loompa Doopa. I mean, I can't help it. I can't fucking help it. It was right there. God damn it, Heyman. I mean, what? He had that orange hue that he had, back in the WCW days when he did commentary with JR, and it was insane. So, hey, at least, he's back being the advocate since Roman Reigns got rid of him. Speaking of Roman Reigns, there's a line here in a minute. Bork comes out here to massive throbbing adulation, and Bork puts the steps on the ring, gets a podium. He's like, "Hey, thanks, advocate." He's like, "Roman, get well soon, buddy." In all seriousness, I do hope that Roman gets better, and I would like to think that if they were giving the green light and they're ready to go, hey, Pitbull makes such ass music, but anyway, he doesn't even like Chip, he just likes Dale. If you get it, you get it. But he's like knocking Roman, and then, South Carolina, acknowledge me. And then, good God, Heyman being just orange as fuck, I couldn't unsee it. And he says, Rollins, feels that his wife will leave him if he doesn't beat Brock. But who will she leave him for? And then knocks Owens, and then knocks Reigns, saying, how bad is it for the tribal chief? 1 week without me, and he has COVID. Oh, Vince, maybe if you didn't, renege on the testing and everything, and you actually, were testing for this stuff that's still actually going on and everything, variants and everything, Omicron Persei 8, and all that, maybe you could have made sure that your tribal chief is all right. But you know what? It is what it is. I just hope that Roman recovers regardless of how long it takes. Though I think that he is probably going to end up being alright if they're already referencing this, because if something happens and he takes a turn for the worse, oh boy, this line is not going to age well. And Lashley gets brought up in how he almost had Brock beaten, and then praises Big E for being a great WWE champion. It would be an honor to face Big E, which right there told you the Big E wasn't going to win. And then they leave, and they're all celebrating and everything, and then Orton and Riddle are backstage, and we go to a break, and then Riddle talks about them starting their own rap group. He has chains on him because of, Migos. Remember that group from day one? That group that I don't know how many people like them, and if you like them, that's fine, but was there any reason for them to be there? No, there fucking wasn't. Orton was just getting caught in a rap or whatever. You know what? My name is who? My name is, Slim Shady. Because Vince McMahon just discovered that Eminem exists. And then we go to Majin Buu and Gable versus RK Bro. It's a non-tag title match, and oh boy, I wanted to care, because I like Gable, and Majin Buu's amusing because he reminds me of Majin Buu. And RK Bro, look, Riddle can work, but he's an idiot, and Orton can work, and I don't care. Majin Buu pins Riddle. Let's move on. Lashley says that Brock fears me. Hear me, fear. Oh God, Lashley's gonna be the new Mordecai. Mordecai. So anyway, we get a package on Styles and Almost palm Steve Patrick's head. I'm calling him Steve Patrick because Kevin wanted Kevin Patrick to change his name. He is now Steve Patrick. Long live Steve Patrick. Steve is like the least Irish name out there. So anyway, we get Reggie and Dana against Tozawa and Tamina. Why is Reggie's theme so catchy? Why was this a mixed tag match for the 24/7 championship? Why is the 24/7 championship still a thing? Why was Tamina wanting to channel her dad in a gender-swapped way by beating up Tozawa? Did she pretend he was Nancy? Is she like Sid and Nancy? So fancy, almost evil, talking about butterflies in your head. So, yeah, Reggie does a flip, the whoopee cushion, and gets the victory, except, Matt Bourne did the whoopee cushion better because he just fell on the guy. Reggie's a great athlete. Matt Bourne also was a bit of a creep when he had a certain thing that caused him and Arn not to be a properly pushed tag team and the Road Warriors were given birth to. So, congratulations, Matt, you goddamn idiot. You couldn't keep it in your pants. You couldn't wait till somebody was 18, allegedly. And there we go. Doink was a great evil clown, though. So anyway, it's funny that Graves at this point was questioning about, by the way, after Reggie gets the victory, oh, do you think that Reggie's just, trying to, get Dana in the right, place before he strikes or whatever? He's questioning a relationship. It's funny that Graves, of all people, will question the stability and the validity of a relationship, considering that he abandoned his wife that stuck by him after he hurt his widow brain too goddamn much and had to get a commentary job and lucked into it, isn't even 0.1% of Bobby Heenan and Jesse Ventura on their worst days, and isn't even as good as Bobby Heenan now. And Bobby Heenan wasn't able to talk for a number of years before his death, and unfortunately Bobby Heenan is no longer with us. Corey Graves is lucky that he is, allowed to be a commentator for a brand that was once proud, and at its best does some great things, and Graves has not been good on commentary since leaving NXT. So anyway, we get recaps of Becky and Liv. And then Becky comes out and she says, well, she considers herself a work of art and that she's beaten everybody and da-da-da-da-da. No Asuka. Asuka's either injured or they have nothing for her. She's not allowed to do YouTube videos anymore, and I enjoyed Asuka's YouTube videos, mainly because I got to see Asuka being goddamn adorable. But, she says you people. Of course, somebody with the last name of Lynch would reference, you people in South Carolina. She probably got cheered for that. So anyway, nothing against people in South Carolina. Plenty of cool people. So, who's the next in line? Hey, here's Liv. Liv has a new theme. I don't know why. I don't know why they're remixing all the themes. And she says, well, there's more to me than meets the eye. Robots, they are lonely. No, wait. No, that's not how it works. Liv basically ends up totally screwed up that Transformers reference. Liv basically says that, she's not going to let it keep her down. Nobody's going to hold her down. Oh, no. She's got to keep on moving. I'm going to work more song references and badly into these reviews, like I have been for the last year and a half, because why the fuck not? So, she left it all in the ring. Here's Bianca. We're going to get a three-way back and forth. Oh, my. Which score will be settled first at which war? And, well, they toss Becky out. And then Liv and Bianca were trying to fight, But the camera cuts kept making me think that something was happening where the camera crew and the production crew and Kevin Dunn and everybody had sustained major head injuries. Whoever thinks that the constant camera cuts are a really good idea, you're goddamn wrong. You deserve to watch your family, be tortured above a volcano, an active volcano. But Vince McMahon's probably putting them above an active volcano and forcing them to do that kind of stuff, because no human being on this goddamn planet would think that that looks good. And I can't even imagine that Vince McMahon has a goddamn clue what's going on. By the way, fuck you, Kevin Dunn. Fuck you for existing. Fuck you for your dad not pulling up, because now we have to deal with you, you fucking twat. You stupid Bucky Beavertooth twat. Yeah, and fuck your mother, by the way, for not doing the right thing, if you know what I mean. So anyway, Becky ends up standing tall afterwards. Somebody with the last name of Lynch standing above an African-American woman in South Carolina, news at 10. So Owens and Rollins go over a plan to battle Brock and Heyman and how to handle Big E and Lashley. And Owens says, oh, it's a plan. Well, you're not lying, are you, Seth? So anyway, Rhea fucking Christ is what I wrote down. God, Rhea's such a fucking goddess. Be still my beating heart. Don't give us false hope, Graves. You wouldn't be missed. Rhea and Nikki Ash took on Zelina and Carmella in a match that it took longer for me to say fucking Christ, Rhea, getting to this before the match ending up via roll-up because Zelina got the victory over Nikki Ash. Also, what in the Killer 7 was Carmella wearing over her face? Master, we're in a tight spot. Oh, the flashbacks to the game streams that myself and the Durbinator did. Hopefully one day we will be doing some game streams of some kind. We will see. Killer 7 was a weird game, though. And Carmella probably should keep the goddamn mask on because it hides the fact that she's Carmella and also the fact that, well, she's not very good in the goddamn ring. You're distracted by the goddamn stupid gear. And then you realize, holy shit, she has regressed so goddamn much. Still better than Enzo and Cass in the ring, but that's not saying much. By the way, why is Johnny Knoxville still being advertised to be in the Royal Rumble? Nobody wants Johnny Knoxville in the Royal Rumble. Nobody cares about... If you care about Jackass still, that's fine. I don't understand why there's another Jackass movie, Jackass Forever. They're lucky that they can even walk. And the Street Profits are in the Rumble. Hooray, I guess. The Mysterios are in the Rumble, which means Dominic will have been in 2 straight Royal Rumbles. Throw the whole Rumble concept away. But I don't hate him, folks. The thing about the Royal Rumble, though, is the one key component. You can only be eliminated by being thrown over the top rope with both feet touching the floor. And I still maintain Kerry Von Erich was never eliminated from the 91 and 92 Royal Rumbles, but he was eliminated on February 18th, 1993. Moving on from that was tasteless because I'm almost 41, and why would I give a shit anymore? We have the Profits against Apollo and Commander Aziz Light. High Frog Splash, 1, 2, 3. That's all I have to say about this match. There was not a lot to the show. Damien says he will stay cool, calm, and erected. I think I heard that right. He's gonna, contain his inner Damien before unleashing his inner Damien all over somebody's face. Stop thinking about it. You know who you are. I know you're thinking about it. Look at me, Damien. It's all for you. Need to retro-review The Omen at some point. Gregory Peck. So Pepper Niven as Sonya, goddamn Sonya, and Pierce, about getting a title shot. Okay, or a title opportunity. She lost to Bianca twice. She's lost to other people multiple times. She hasn't won that many matches. She didn't even win the Queen's Crown. Why does she feel she deserves an opportunity? You diff. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to every single Scottish and Irish person that happens to be watching. And yes, I know they're 2 different countries. I'm sorry. I can't help it. I don't know why she's deaf. It just, God, I need to stop being so offensive. But I can't be because I don't give a shit. I like Piper. The name's stupid. They beaten her in the powder. She means nothing now. So anyway, Priest took on Ziggler for the U.S. title, and if Priest gets DQ'd or counted out, he loses the title. Okay. Was the match bad? No. Is Ziggler really good in the ring? Yes. Why is Ziggler getting a title shot in 2022? Or, more important question, why is Ziggler still part of WWE in 2022? I'm not saying the guy doesn't deserve to get paid. I'm just saying the guy isn't needed on WWE programming, even though he can still wrestle. I haven't been interested in anything Dolph Ziggler has done pretty much since he was teaming with Drew McIntyre. And that was middling at best, because you knew that the whole point was for Drew to turn on Ziggler. Giggity. He's going to zig when he should have zagged. The last thing that Ziggler did that was really any goddamn good was when he won the Intercontinental Championship from The Miz. Although the meme-worthy thing of, it should have been me, that was actually pretty funny. So, yeah, there was a DDT outside, and we go to break. Priest must contain his inner Damien before laying it out and splattering it all over camera. So, back and forth action for a bit. Rude attacks behind the ref's back, and then we get a famouser for 2, and then Priest starts attacking Rude, almost goes to hit him with a chair, except it's an 8 count. He gets in the ring, he's got the chair, and then Ziggler's like, hit me, and then he throws it at Rude's head. That's a fine right there, unless they took care of that stuff. And then zigzag for 2, oh no, huge, throbbing rectum from behind, 1, 2, 3. That'll finish anybody off, and Priest retains. Okay. Bad Mr. Frosty, a.k.a. Claymation Vince, Clay Fighter, Clay McMahon. My God, what the fuck is wrong with his face? Clayvation, Clay Vincent. There we go. I'm just going to screw that song up. But he sounds off. He doesn't know where the fuck he is. They're doing all the camera cuts to hide the fact that I guarantee you they shot some of this stuff, and just insert it like, live. He looks terrible. If he lives beyond like another 5 years, I'll be amazed. But actually, now that I think about it, Vince McMahon has achieved, he's another achievement has been unlocked. He's the first wrestling promoter to appear as an on-screen performer after he died. He's got to be dead at this point. There is no way that this guy is running the company. No wonder, besides record-breaking profits, no wonder creatively this show's in the goddamn toilet. They need somebody else to help run this, because Vince McMahon is fucking done. Beyond done. I thought Vern Gagne was done by the end of the AWA. Vern Gagne looked like he understood everything about wrestling compared to Vince. Also, theories in the Rumble. And that's it. That's really all I gotta say. Vince did like how Theory pounded Balor from behind backstage. Maybe that's just how I heard. Hey, Miz and Maurice are out here to talk about Edge and Beth, and I don't care. I don't. Beth and Edge show up. They're going to have a match at the Rumble. I know this means a lot to the couples, especially Edge and Beth. And I hope that they have a blast. I'm sure they will, and I'm sure their kids will be proud of them. I don't care about this feud. I don't care. That's all I got to say. Also, Beth is going to have to carry. She's going to have to drag Maurice to, really do anything, because nothing against Maurice. She had her time in the ring, did what she could, wasn't bad, wasn't given a whole lot of time, but did have a long run as Divas Champion, had a pretty good DDT, but realistically, Beth is leagues better than so many of the, a lot of women that are even, being featured today. I mean, it's like, if you put Beth in there with just about anybody, she's just as good as the 4 horsewomen, in my personal opinion. She's just as good as a lot of, favorites and everything, including some of my favorites. I'd love to see a dream match of Beth versus Thunder Rosa. I mean, we won't see that, but it would be cool. Beth is still really, really good. Maurice is just that nothing that Maurice has done in the past number of years has really been all that good as far as the physical stuff. That's not to say that her and Miz teaming up is the worst thing in the world. I just don't care. Even though I spent a bit of time on it, I had to rant a bit. So Big E says that he will reclaim the WWE title, and he will be damned if there's a soul on earth that could stop him. Well, there was a soul on earth that stopped you. Styles took on Almost. Man, remember when AJ Styles actually seemed to mean something? They are desperate to get Almost over. Basically, the giant gun Almost. There we go. Gonzalmos. Gonzalmos. There we go. That's what I'm going to call him now. Almost Gante. That might, no. Giant Gonzalmos. There we go. Gonzalmos or Omonte. Or, you know what? Gonzalmos. There we go. We'll just go with that. He beats him. He just beats him clean, flat in the middle of the goddamn ring. Let's wrap this up. Alexa's coming back to Raw. Her journey back to Raw. Great. If we don't get rid of this spooky shit, I'm going to hate it. But the problem is, and it's nothing against Alexa. Alexa does get way too much hate. And sometimes I've gone a little bit too, gotten a little bit too angry about how she's been presented and stuff like that. I stand by most of what I said, but there are times I realize I've gotten upset. She's a human being at the end of the day. She can do what she does. She's done better than a lot of people, would have expected, myself included, but I don't care. And if she comes back with this spooky character, I'm going to hate it. And then Rollins and Owens make their entrance. It's funny, as I have actually posted that Owens made his entrance, I said that with 35 minutes left, they're not going to get to the Fatal 4-Way until about 20 minutes to go in the show. And I was right. Lashley makes an entrance. He's so focused. Oh no, he's fucking focused. He's going to lose. He didn't lose. Bedlam. This was fucking bedlam. It was crazy. Lashley hurls himself stupidly through the barricade at one point, though, and then they just go up into the fans. And there were a lot of fans weren't wearing masks because no shock. Whatever it is, what it is, but you guys get sick, it's your fault. They go up there and everything. They go into the concourse. They battle and everything. We go to break. They go back down. They're battling all over. Owens does actually do a cool dive off of, an entranceway, which was a nice spot. They get back in the ring and everything, do some stuff, and then spear on Owens, 1, 2, 3. And then Steve Patrick talks to Bork and says, what do you have to say? And he says, tell Roman I'll see him on Friday. He's not even worried about Lashley. He should be. I think Lashley could outwork him. I mean, Lashley's also been doing this full time and everything. Now, hopefully it's going to be good. At least we're getting that hook. This is not the best Raw, though. Anyway, agree, disagree, what I said, like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.